Okay, well, believe it or not, here we are, and we are ready to have some Holy Umbrella. If you don't know what Holy Umbrella is, it's okay. This is a platformer slash RPG type thing. It did not make it to the States, probably for the best. We are going to be experiencing it with the English translation just so that people have a slightly more engageable experience. It's very text heavy. There's gonna be a lot of mashing, and I hope that we can all weather this storm together. This is definitely a game to end an evening on. So, we hear from the people at Naxat Soft. If you can name your favorite Naxat Soft game in the chat, bonus points to you. Other than that, we're gonna get started. I'll just let one more time. We'll let the intro lore play out here. There it is. We lost the moon for a second, and we got some danger music, and there's some shadowy figures. What could it mean? Well, we're gonna find out. Alright, first things first, we gotta name our boy. If you really cared about running this game and you were concerned about the time, you would want to go with a single character name because it is so text heavy and the text is slow and it takes up time, so you want to have the least text possible. We don't care about that because I'll let you in on a little secret. If you choose to play this game with the English translation patch, it's going to be about 10 minutes slower, so there's no chance for setting any records here. It's okay. It's still the choice I made. While I was sitting here waiting for setup, I was trying to think of a 5-letter word, and I cannot find the letter K. There we go. Spork it is. Spork is our boy, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So, we're introduced to this boy in Japan. It's raining. He's trying to get home. Some mysterious music. But luckily, he's going to experience some good fortune here in the form of an umbrella lying on the road. He's going to be very excited about it. Whoa, an umbrella! Well, things have happened, and we are no longer in Japan. We're in this kind of generic fantasy world. And he refreshes us on what just happened, just in case you missed it. I'm gonna say, I sure hope a tank doesn't show up and mess me up. So, speed strat here, run into the tank, because there's really nothing you can do. The tank's gonna beat you up. And, sure hope that nobody blows up this tank. Oh, there he goes. Don't worry, I'm sure he's fine. We're gonna meet some random old man here on this mountainside. He's going to hit us with a bit of lore, just telling us that there is an evil army named Dondera. The name of this world is Margents, or Thurgical. It's honestly not important, don't worry about it. He's got a little bird companion. And, yeah, they are telling this boy that he should go talk to the princess and see if she can give him any hot tips on how to get back to Japan. And he just gave us a jewel. That jewel is going to be used once in the entire run. We'll get to it much later. So a lot of the game's going to look like this, where we're doing this little side-scrolling action, and you can see that we are strutting along very confidently. Just got to make sure we don't touch any enemies, so we don't have a means of dealing with them at the moment. Head on over to the town, and the first order of business for me is to run into that fence, and then we're going to start picking up some stuff. Now, scattered all throughout the world of Margents, I believe you said it was, are these chests that give us things like defense, attack power, extra health, or bottles. We're not going to be picking up any bottles for the run. We're going to talk to this green boy, and there's our bird friend. Remember the bird friend that we just met with the old man? His name is Bonto. And Bonto is telling us that that tank got some vengeance on that old man and came on down here to warn us about it. That guy, I think, is like the head of the army or something. Don't worry about it. He's pretty unimportant, but they did feel he's important enough to give him his own character art. This game does have a lot of expressive character art, and that is possibly the most it has going for it. Bonto just joined our party. He's gonna lead us to that old man who got beat up, and we're on our way. So now we introduce character switching. We have the ability to press a shoulder button and actively switch between characters, a la Bucky O'Hare. This is basically Bucky O'Hare, but with umbrellas. That was a sweet jump. See if we can go for another sweet jump. Oh! That's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to be doing another thing that you'll see in this game a few times is taking intentional deaths. We're going to bonk into that guy. We grab this, which is going to give us the ability to use our umbrella to float, which is going to be useful tech throughout the game. And jump up to here. I'm going to go ahead and grab this while I'm here. Give us a little bit more attack power that we'll have for the entire run. And there you go. Hold the B button, you can float with that umbrella. Fantastic. It's slow, but it gets us across that gap. Saves us from having to do some annoying platforming down in the lower part of the screen. That's why we took that intentional death. Here's our tank friend again. This time we have an umbrella, and we know how to use it, so we're going to use it. This fight is, like many fights in the game, pretty random. It's a good sign of a speedrun that you're going to enjoy is one that you have just absolutely no consistency in because the behavior patterns are always changing. But there we go. Took out our first boss. He'll be fine. This guy, you know, he looks like he's just had some indigestion, but, you know, the bird claimed he got attacked by that tank. And we gotta believe the bird because he's cute and fluffy. So everything's fine. We're heading back to the castle. We're gonna go talk to the princess now, which is what we were trying to do in the first place. They're gonna drop some lore on us. They really love to drop lore on you in this game. So here's the princess. She's very grateful to Spork. And they're telling us about Emperor Dondera, who is the antagonist of this game. He's just trying to dominate the countryside with his army. I think the princess is magic or something. Honestly, don't worry about that. That's not relevant to anything. They want us to go talk to that old man who's resting up in the inn, and we're going to do that. On the way, we're going to swing by this house over here and grab ourselves a heart. We could have got earlier in the run. If you're really worried about how that tank fight is going to go, you can pick up not 1 but 2 hearts for that fight that are available to you. We skipped them because we're trying to be fast-ish. So we're talking to Killorn here in bed. He's going to... we're going to repeat the lore that's happened up to this point. Tell him that we picked up an umbrella and got warped here. He's going to give us his homework. It's unfinished, and he wants us to finish it for him. It's telling us about the legend of the Holy Umbrella, and that we need some legendary power in order to get back to our home. So, that's what's going on there. I sure hope nothing goes wrong. Oh no! Something's going on in the castle. Let's go back to the castle. Movement in the castle is a bit frustrating. There's a good chance we'll lose time here just because the game doesn't want to cooperate. There's really not a way to make it consistent. You don't have to get those hearts. We're doing that for safety. Picking up these coins whenever we see them, because that's going to be our money that we need to buy healing throughout the game. We'll address that later on. So here's the portion where it gets messed up. Okay, so I caught one of them. If you catch one of those bumpers on the right edge, you can get a little boost. Oh, no, it ate my jump. So we're going to have to do it the slow way. That happens a lot. Nothing you can do about it. This is what the game wants you to do. So we're going to just behave and do what we're supposed to. But if we were blessed, we would have been able to be a cycle ahead of this. Instead, you have to wait like that, and it looks terrible. But can't do anything about it. Hold right as you're dropping here so you don't hit that guy. And we're good. I'm going to try to clip through this platform. Nope, failed. Really nothing you can do about that. As far as I can tell, ooh, we were blessed by not getting hit with those bombs, though, which also seems to be random. This is Emperor Dondera, our villain. He's got a little spaceship, I guess. Kind of looks like a chandelier. And you just said fudgesicles. This game does have colorful translation by Aeon Genesis. I don't know how accurate it is to the original text. Don't worry about it. I do like that line about giving this brat the skyscraper treatment. Okay, here's our second boss fight. Do not be the bird. We're slow and terrible, so all we can really do is... Oh, not that. Catch him as he's bouncing around. He's invulnerable for that little period that he's about to throw a bear at us. And we just kind of want to take it easy, don't get too close to him, and then wait him out. It's a pretty basic fight that can only be wrecked by the game's questionable hitboxes. Alright. Fought that monkey, and Princess is okay. It's a good time to admire the painting of the princess in the background. Very nice. She's telling us about the legend of the Holy Umbrella, and there are seals around the land, and the Emperor broke the seals. It's fitting that we just had Link to the Past before this, because this game does have... it's got a generic storyline. I'll just put it that way. It's like someone heard the story to a Zelda game once and then kind of like tried to riff on it from memory. So, we're gonna go meet a man named Plant who can decipher the tablets that will teach us the legend of the umbrellas. And she just gave us a key, and we're gonna use that key to get another umbrella. If you thought that this game only had a single umbrella, you were wrong. It's actually got quite a few umbrellas. So, I guess the game should have been called Holy Umbrellas. Anyway, usually we'll come to a church to get one of those. We go into the menu and switch it over. Every time we get a new umbrella, it's going to be more powerful. Attack power is associated with those two things, the chests that we sometimes pick up around the world, and from upgrading to a new umbrella. Guess what? It's our tank friend. He's here again. He's got a new body. He spent all his money, and he is ready to show us a good time. So, we're going to hope that we don't get destroyed here. If we do, it's okay. Oh. Yeah, that's okay. So, random behavior, he chose to get right up in my grill and shoot me with his laser. He could do this, which would have done no damage to me, and you see how easy the fight was if he didn't do that. But no, that's not what he did. He chose to laser me to death. Just gotta deal with it. One of the nice things about this game is if you ever take a death, you just reset in the screen that you had entered, and that includes boss fights. So sometimes you might abuse that to reset your health value to 5, because it is faster in most circumstances to take a death and respawn in the start of a screen than it is to use the inns that are scattered across the lands. This is Saki. She's Plant's daughter, and she wants to go on an adventure. Don't worry about it. She'll be important later. So we gotta talk to her, and a lot of what this game does is it makes you go talk to just some NPC somewhere else to progress the narrative. So we gotta go talk to this lady with green hair down here in this corner, and she's going to tell us that she's a scholar and she wants to research the tablets that we are also happening to be pursuing. So she wants to come along, and we don't have the willpower to say no to a cute girl with green hair, so we're gonna have to just accept her invitation. Come back to Saki, talk to her some more. Luckily, Plant's gonna show up. Remember, he is a translator of those umbrella tablets. Saki just said we aren't cool. He's sending us to this mountain where we're going to go find said tablets. Saki really wants to come along. We say no way, no girls allowed. Even though we've already got a cute girl, we don't want to cramp our style. So we're gonna head on out. Heading up to Mount Oshishimi. Switch to the bird. The bird can double jump. I didn't talk about that before, but that's the bird's cool ability. Bird also might have a slightly faster walking animation. I genuinely don't know that, but I feel it in my gut to be true. So we're gonna say that the bird is a little bit faster. He can't be slower. There's no chance of that. So try to be the bird for this early section. Switch to the boy because we're gonna have to slap this guy in the face. Oh, we got scammed by the hitbox. That's okay. It happens. You can press the A button to grab those rings when they show up. And this place also likes to scam you. Oh, first try. All the time. You cannot fit in that gap even though you think you're going to fit in that gap. So, I shouldn't have switched to the boy there. There's no reason to do that. We just got the ability to run. It's kind of like Mega Man X where you get those dash boots. Like a stage into the game, and it's like, why didn't you just give me the ability to run in the first place? So there you go. Now we have run technology. So now the bird is obsolete in terms of movement. We're gonna jump over this fire. If we don't, you'll die. Switch back to the bird. To do that, we'll jump over that gap, so we have to drop down. Switch to the boy and hold down the run button as we go through the door, because in order to activate run, you have to start swinging your umbrella first. This is the power of the ice umbrella, is to make these blocks whenever you see those little outlines. You're gonna see it like twice in the game. We just got an invincibility power-up, so we're just gonna charge through everything. Do not care about any of this nonsense. Switch to the bird, jump up here, come up here. Oh, we made that. Jump up here. You can't make... yeah, we can make that cycle. That was pretty good. Slap with these boys. Wait for this guy, slap him. Jump across, float. Drop, and smack these blocks. Run through this. No one cares about him. Are you ready for more lore? You're gonna get it, whether you want it or not. So we found the tablet. It was just apparently sitting here on the ground. The tablet of the Umbrella Legend. Hey, it's our tank friend. He's back. Dondera Tank. He's the 4th iteration. He's ready to put on a show this time around. This is Viper. Don't worry about Viper right now. He's trying to find a dinosaur. That'll be relevant later. The tank proved himself terrible once again. And Viper is going to get real upset about this girl with green hair. Oh no! Turns out she was a fox all along. We've been duped. Viper is pretty upset about how dumb we are. Probably makes fun of our hat too. So we're gonna go talk to Plant again. We were a miserable failure at we had one job and we did not succeed. So, come on up here. Visit Plant again. Don't worry about his weird chicken out there in the yard that has like a tomahawk head. He's gonna give us a key for another umbrella. Note that I just told you that the ice umbrella gave us that ability to make ice blocks. Aside from that, we're not going to get any umbrellas in the rest of the game that have special abilities. It's kind of a bizarre, like, missed opportunity in the game. What they do instead is you will notice when we... oh, by the way, Saki is going to join us. We're going to say, no way! And she's going to just... She doesn't know. She won't take no for an answer. So she's going to join us. She says she's very spry. So there you go. And now we've got 3 party members. So when an enemy gets defeated, you'll see that they drop an orb. Saki can do this. She can wall jump. Wall jump is pretty janky. So if you ever see me fail a wall jump, I promise it is probably not me. That was me. That was just... I didn't jump to the right side. She can also do this, like, mid-air kick thing. And a slide. She's got some pretty cool movement. We're gonna come over here for some secret bonus health. It's not really a secret, because it's just right out in the open, but we're gonna get it. Oh, got over that guy somehow? Truly blessed. Here's a secret. Slide through this thing. You're gonna get a heart there in that chest. Over this way. Kick in the air. Switch to the bird before that thing gets us. Switch back to the girl. Drop down. Slide. 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 Come up here. There's another chest. I do like a little finagling with the wall because it has a set Y height that you'll get out of it, so you can't, kind of adjust your height accordingly. Alright, so back to the boy, dash, and float over through the door. So yeah, enemies will drop orbs when they die, and we can pick up those orbs and throw them if we want. For the most part, we won't do that much in the game, but each orb has different movement properties. It's not super important, but so right now these green orbs, if I pick them up, I can throw them in a straight line. Later on, I'll be able to throw orbs differently. So that's what's going on with the orbs. And what you can do with it depends on which umbrella type you want. Wall jump, be fast, let's do it! Ah! Okay, we got it. That is a pretty tight window. Got through. Pick up a little attack power. Boop, 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 boop. Go back to the boy. Don't touch those spikes. Got it. Here's the fox lady. Oh, you found me! And the fox is an extremely random fight. Very easy to lose time here. It has one of two things it'll do. Oh, wow, alright. That's a scam, but sure. So here's where we get to witness the throwing of an orb. And what the fox can do is there's a 50% chance it will throw projectiles at me or throw foxes at me. And then there's a 50% chance that it will be one of the, if I'll hit a fake or the real fox on the ground. So you can get stuck in patterns like this, where you just have to run back and forth waiting for the fox to stop being a pain. That's where we're at right now. Okay, there we go. Let's do that. As long as you time this right, you have the ability to sort of get a double in. Hoping this is the one. One more. Wasn't bad. That was about average. We got the tablet back. Take it to plant. Get him to interpret it. What's this? Danger music in the town? That can't be right. We're gonna talk to this lady who is either his maid or his wife. It's actually not clear who this woman is, but she says that he's been abducted and we need to go get him. We're gonna assume that he has been taken across the sea. So we gotta go get on the Pickle Express in this and that harbor. Very cute with their names. This is one of the points in the game where it kind of goes off the rails in terms of just the logic of how we need to progress the game. Where I come to the station, and if we try to get on board, this guy will yell at us. We talk to him. He says, "Tickets, please." And I don't have a ticket. You gotta save a man. And he refuses. He says the rules are rules. We call him Meanie, and he doesn't like that, so he's gonna just throw us around like a rag doll, hit this wall like a sack of beans, and so we gotta find a ticket to get on board. On the way back, we're gonna pop into this storage facility and get ourselves a hidden heart. This game has a lot of those sort of hidden things. And now we need to go into this bathroom and talk to this guy. He's the station master, and we're like, we need a passport, sir. He's like, oh, well, if you beat me in rock, paper, scissors, I'll give you a passport. So we gotta be good. One more time. Right. We did it. There you go. Now we can get on board the train and ride the Pickle Express to freedom. This is the moment where we're going to be introduced to the healing mechanics of the game. It's a good time to do it because this inn is the only one in the game that's free. So we're going to talk to this guy. You're going to count the seconds on how long it takes to heal up to full health. So every time you do this, if you need to heal up, you have to deal with that nonsense. There's also a shop in every inn. We're going to buy ourselves our first potion. Be careful with our inputs and buy a life, or if we ever die, then we can be refreshed back to full health. It's a good time to do that while it's there because that shop is directly in front of you, and now we get to be treated to tank karaoke. I cannot advance this and make it any faster. This is like the only reason we're playing this in English is so you don't have to like sit through this section just to have no idea what's going on. So enjoy his fresh lyrics. In answer to that question that I'm sure you asked like a minute ago, yeah, I do concept runs. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. That is what I am known for. Concept is on every front. a better game to speedrun than Holy Umbrella, but it's not on the Super Nintendo, so here we are. This section's still going. Really, it's gonna go for a while. We're gonna learn that dreams are the greatest enemy under the sun. Dondera tank! Okay, we made it through. Karaoke section completed. They're going to argue about the fourth wall for a minute. Talk about how the player is getting bored. They're pointing at us. So, they're going to apologize for wasting our time, which always feels apt every time you're speedrunning this and get through that section. Battle mode on! Here we go, we're gonna fight the tank again. The tank does a lot of damage if we run into him, so just don't run into him. Can't do anything while he's on the ceiling. Okay, what a scam. What a scam. Because that happened... it happens. Hitboxes are terrible. I'm sure it'll be fun. Sure hope that we don't get attacked by pirates. We got attacked by pirates. So now you have options. You can use the healing that you purchased at that shop, or you could run back to the left and use an inn to heal that way. The faster thing to do would be to just go for it, but one thing to note at this juncture in the game is that money is limited. We only get the money that we find along the path, so you can't just like keep buying potions forever. And that is one of the interesting aspects of routing on the fly with this game. If you just get scammed by something like that, you can see that I am not touching that guy. But it said that I was in his hitbox, and I used my life orb. That's alright. That's a... I can accept it. If I really didn't want to run that risk, I could have gone back, but I didn't. It's that choice. So, other than that a bit ridiculously scandalous moment, I get that health. Okay, so here we're going to be doing some lag reduction because we lag like crazy in the water. You want to get all of the sprites off the screen as fast as you can. This game does have lag issues. Bring it a little bit right here. That's fine. Now we're gonna fight the Shark Lady. The Shark Lady is one of the worst bosses in the game. She's very random and does a lot of damage to us, especially since we haven't been picking up all of the defense upgrades that you could have got in the game up to this point. So I hope for the best. You can also get scammed pretty easily by the game dropping all the input. Which way? Should I go left? Yep. Oh, I got scammed. Jump! Jump! Oh! Should tank it. Okay, so I gotta remember that I'm down to a single health potion, use my life orb, and that's relevant. Like, you have to be thinking about when is the most opportune time to replenish your health potions. We got swallowed by a whale. And we're gonna find the Emperor wandering around out here, looking very distressed. feel sorry for them and give them a chance to redeem themselves because the Emperor is gonna join our party. What? The villain of the game? That's right. You just call this a good boy. And, we're never gonna play as the Emperor. The Emperor's ability, is to shoot fire from their chest, but when they do so, they stop movement entirely. So, in a speedrun, that is totally worthless. Even in the casual play, it's pretty worthless. So, probably don't use the Emperor. Don't worry about it. We got a fire key from the Shark Lady. So we're gonna come in here and do some menuing. We're gonna equip this jewel. Remember the jewel we got at the start of the game? We're gonna use it. Come up here and grab this defense. Obviously, if you want to be as fast as possible, also there's a hidden attack power in his stove. If you want to be as fast as possible, you don't need to get all these health, defense, and attack upgrades. But my opinion is that if they're a couple seconds out of your way, for the duration the game is, it's worth it to that minor time loss to go get those things. The security of having better defense. The attack power is not as important, but I'm sure that over time it adds up. So this guy's some kind of craftsman, and he wants us to go get some bone rock so that he can craft a flute so that we can lull some sharks to sleep. Health check there, I'm gonna go for it. So, you don't have to come down here. There is actually a way to skip this section of the game. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna wait. You can go up and over this like bone wall that's to my left. You can't just jump over the top. The reason I don't do it is so that I can get that defense upgrade down at the bottom of the screen. But, you know, technically speaking, it's faster to not do that. So we got this guy's bone rock. So you saw the use of the jewel, which is at any time we can use that to warp out of an area. Should not come into play again unless I accidentally mash myself back into a region and have to exit out. So this guy's gonna make us flute. Bim bam done. Equip the flute. All the time throughout this run, you're going to hear me tapping on my buttons to make the text go faster. Enjoy this flute music. This is the only time you're going to hear it. Beautiful. Okay. This is a pretty technical area in terms of movement. Easy to bonk into things, and we're just going to do our best to not do so, because remember, we've only got... Oh! I got scammed. Okay. Just take a death. Reset my health back to 5. Remember, I only have the one potion, and I have to have enough health to fight the boss at the end of this, so I want to just go immediately. You can catch these jet streams here to get a little extra movement when you're under the water, and then we can jump up these waterfalls that we see. It's pretty stiff. Oh, good. I got to see the Emperor there because I switched the wrong direction and got shot in the face. So we got a little bit of that fire coming out of the chest of the Emperor. Learning in the chat that Junkyard Dave has no taste in flutes. Not surprised. up this one, there's a bonus chest over there down to the left. It takes too long to go out of our way to get it, so we're just gonna not worry about it. Good time to mention that only half of the party members have the ability to swim, so that impacts who you can switch to during that section. So now we're gonna have this portion where the Emperor is like, I'm your boss. Shark Lady's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. But apparently nobody noticed that the Emperor was missing. We have this extended dialogue. The Emperor's going to give us some life advice, one character at a time. Every time that music cues up, there's a delay, which I'm just going to assume is a programming error, but it's always funny when it happens. Take that death. So this fight is a worse version of the previous one, where this water's in our way now. It throws off my movement. That was honestly, like, really good. If she pokes you with your sword, I think you can take 2 hits at that health, so it'll be very easy to get destroyed by the Shark Lady. Okay, now that we can leave this whale, just immediately leave this town and go to the next town. Sorry for Bonbonopolis, or whatever that place is called. Come over to the church. This church does not have an umbrella, but it does have an attack power, so we'll just grab that. Now we're gonna talk to the village elder. His name is Wipes. Kinda looks like John Rhys Davies. And we're gonna go on a little side quest here, because this has nothing to do with the main story. The game just wants us to go deal with a monster that's scaring the villagers. We're telling him we're trying to rescue a dude right now to save the world, and he's like, well, but yeah, but this monster's really scary. So we're gonna go do that. Anytime I'm walking past an inn, I can consider if it's worth my time to stop and replenish my healing power. Right now, I think I'm good. Okay, well, you can't switch while you're running. That would be too good. Oh, well, that was something. Just take that easy. Wait, can't really beat that cycle. Here's a maze. If you want to know the clue that they've got in this maze, if you smack those candles that are spread throughout, there's wind blowing in here, and the wind will blow in the direction of the exit. So that's how you're supposed to navigate this maze. There are treasures hidden all over the place. We're just going to grab this one because it's on our way. Gotta stop being the girl because she has slightly lower jump than the other characters, so she can't make it up that stair segment. I don't believe the guy who gives you a flute has a name. It's time to make up your own lore. We get some some lag here because the game can't handle these bumpers and coins at the same time. Off we go. Uh-oh. This is looking intimidating. What are we gonna do? It's the beast. Turns out that it's not a beast, but actually like a cute Pokemon, and Bonto is apparently not a bird, but a fairy. So they're having a conversation. Vargas is the name of our buddy here, and he's lonely, so he's been making lots of noise and scaring the villagers. So we resolved that crisis. Vargas has a water key, which we're going to use to get our next umbrella. Sure hope that the villagers are fine. Oh no! I talked to this girl. She was hiding behind this pot, so she was saved from the crisis that befell these individuals. It's going to automatically warp us to this other church, and we're going to find out that the solution to our problem of petrification is an extinct apple. This dude who's just standing in the background knows where we can find one, so we're gonna go and do that. Immediately, we're gonna walk right back into this church and pick up a water umbrella. So we upgrade our umbrella. I should go ahead and equip my healing potion while I'm here. This is the lamest excuse for an area in the entire game. I don't understand how they programmed this, but we walk to the right. That is all you do. Nothing can possibly harm you. Even those things that are shooting up from the ground do not do damage. So the only way you could take damage is if you're jumping in the air and getting sniped by birds. So there you go. A little careful here. Jump through. Jump. Swipe. Good. Here comes the cute cat girl. She says she's the sister of the shark lady, and she's real upset about it. So she's gonna destroy us with the power of rainbows. We can get scammed in this fight by the umbrella inputs failing. It's close to being scammed. Good fight. We did it! Beat up that cat girl. Uh-oh. She's upset. Oh no, Saki! Meow. So we fall off that ledge. Luckily, Viper was apparently there to save us, so took a nap, everything's fine. Saki's not fine. It's alright. Still got Bonto, so everything's gonna be okay. Remember, we're on the hunt for an ice apple or iciple to cure those villagers and presumably Saki. So, off we go. Okay. We're going to be introduced to some enemies in this section that respawn on the edge of the screen, and I'm not sure they were intended to do so. Swipe real fast so we don't get hit, and then see pop right back in, so we gotta turn around again. That's okay. Take that. Right now my controls are backwards, but if the other guy would have got me, I would have been poisoned, and that would have been devastating. So I can handle my controls being backwards. poison boys spawn in again. Spawn again. Just pop that guy twice. I didn't quite time that right. You can just hit him and run through with the iframes. So, womp womp. Okay. Here we are in the place where we're presumably going to find those ice apples. We're going to switch back to our ice umbrella. Remember, our ice umbrella is weaker, but we have to use it for this climbing segment here. Okay. Jump. Made it. We just unlocked the ability to cling to walls, which is not fast, but it's necessary movement tech to be able to finish the game, so we get it. There are ice physics here, which in this game mean that you kind of fly off in one direction, have no control of your X movement, which can throw you off when you're trying to do that climb thing. Just right back to the water umbrella because it's more powerful. The answer to the question of how long does the control reverse last, the entire screen. Just like if I got poisoned, it would last the entire screen. Unfortunately, the cat girl turned the only ice apple into stone. Who knew that the antidote was also vulnerable to stone technology? So, we get the same fight, but now... Knew it. I knew that was going to happen, because the ice physics carried me in front of her. It's fine. Not a long fight, so we'll just start over. My health was a bit low, so we'll just redo it. I could have stopped to use that potion, but I was like in a very strange position being in front of her like that. It does not happen ever. She has a second phase. Maybe she'll go into it. Oh, there it is. Second phase. You can see it's... We dealt with it. So yeah, I could have used my potion there, but it was early enough in the fight that I wasn't too worried about it, and I'd rather save it for later. Remember, we're limited on how many healing things we can acquire in the game because we're limited by how much money we have. We're gonna go talk to Vargas again. It's not really clear why they make this narrative leap, but they decide that Vargas might know where we might find another ice apple. And he does! Turns out there's another one in his cave. So we're just gonna go up there and experience that together. Back to slow Bonto movement. So we gotta jump over that wall. We can't cling to that wall even though we just unlocked wall climbing technology. That wall is immune to our climbing brooch, so we can't do it. Gotta switch to the bird here because for some reason the boy has a really hard time getting up on that ledge. And we're introduced to push mechanics in this segment. This is the only time we will see push mechanics, so this was just some intern's pride and joy, was this block that you push around, just push it in a straight line, go up and down over these walls, and we're done with push mechanics forever. So glad they decided to throw that in there. Really mixing things up. Look at that! There's a whole bunch of ice apples in here. We're gonna save all the villagers. I don't know if we would have only saved Saki when there was only one ice apple on that previous tree. The game doesn't want us to worry about it. We immediately leave this village. We don't care about these people that we just saved. Does not matter. Go back to this place. This is one of the points of the game where it really does not explain to you what you're supposed to do. You gotta come to this church and talk to this priest, and he's going to tell you you did a good job, and you can carry on. It does that a couple times, where you can't progress until you talk to the right person, so that's one of those circumstances. So, to the right. To the right. To the right. We're gonna stop in here real quick and visit the church to get another umbrella. Equip that umbrella. Look at all these umbrellas we've got now. Told you, this game's gonna deliver on one thing and one thing only, and that's umbrellas. We don't care about this place either, so we immediately leave. It's an inn. You can rest there if you want to. We don't need to. Even though we've only got 3 hearts, we're just going to take this nice and cozy. Nice and cozy. So we're just going to pop everybody in the face. Run through. It's fine. I'll wait for this guy because that ledge could have scammed me if I would have tried to jump through it. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The game lagged and that guy decided to do his jump. No, we're gonna handle this with 1 heart. It's fine. Oh, it's a dinosaur with armor. Oh, turns out we're bad. Oh, luckily Viper's here to save us. Turns out Viper is also bad. Who could possibly hope to stop a dinosaur wearing armor? Not me. So we run away. It's really the only choice. Here you are forced to rest at this inn, so we're going to do that. You are forced to pay $50, so if you get to this point in the game and don't have $50, I guess you wouldn't be able to progress. I don't even think you could leave. Well, maybe you can get around that lady, who knows. So now we're going to have a flashback sequence where Viper is going to tell us about the things that happened just before the game started. We get this cool effect where we have a little silhouette in front of the moon. Viper has no special powers. He has the same abilities that we had just unlocked, so he can climb up walls. I guess none of the other party members have the capacity to do that, so, you know. Effectively, we were just playing as the boy, but without the ability to float. Absolutely wait to get this guy. Don't try to go through there. You will be disappointed if you try. The lore you might have missed is that Viper is a thief, and he's here in the castle to loot things. The princess sees him, and she's like, hey, take this umbrella, please. And he's like, I'm a thief. I'm like, well, I'm gonna take it. I'm taking you too. I really love how they really couldn't figure out how to animate her holding an umbrella. Just kind of like taped to her side. So now we've got the umbrella. Can't use it. We've got it. We're going to take a lot of hits here. It's fine as long as you're bouncing to the right. And then this last one, as far as I know, there's no way to bounce to the right there. No matter how I've tried to finagle it. Kind of looks like she's holding an umbrella now. Unfortunately, we're gonna get embarrassed by a dinosaur again. I'm sure they figured out how to animate a dinosaur holding an umbrella. Well, Here we are in the magic room. This is where... actually, I'm really not sure, like, lore-wise, why this room is important. We get another cutscene that we can't skip, where the Emperor sings a song. Lobster bisque. And I guess this is the sequence of events that caused the umbrella to go to Japan. We're talking about how someone with courage and love can save the kingdom. And I guess that's Spork. Okay, so now that Viper has hit us with some hot lore, which the lore that he gave us was just how he found the umbrella and it got sent to Japan. It really wasn't hot lore, but we found out that we're too weak. That was some failed D-pad entry right there. So we gotta go talk to this old man on a hill who will dojo up a storm. We gotta pay him $800 though. This is very important for the speedrun. You need $800 here. So you can say I'm at 1340 right now. If you would have been buying a bunch of healing capacity up to this point, you would have been real upset because then you would have had no money and you would have been stuck. So, don't do that. Make sure you have money when you get here. Get attack, power, defense, a heart, and the ability to stomp, which is going to be used in this next platforming section. The movement in this area is not bad. We get to switch... Alright. It's not bad at all. So here's our first stomp. Step on these spiky boys. Oh, apparently grab the wall. Float over those ones. Switch to the girl. Do a slide kick. Now we're invincible. Switch back to the boy. Charge through everything. Get stuck on that wall. If those blue orbs grab you, they will drag you down. Sorry, I was talking and not thinking about what I was doing. Sorry. You can't get through that without looking like a fool, and I very much looked like a fool because I was thinking about the previous thing. Those orb things just slow you down. They stop your movement. You have to wait for them to wear off. Here we have another inn and shop. We'll go ahead and... No, it's not that. It's the life orb that we want to buy. I'm going to choose not to rest of the inn for this fight. I'm going to hope that I can get through it without taking, I think, 2 hits before I'll get taken out. We're pretty weak. Pretty underpowered. We've rescued plants. But we gotta fight this rock to get out. I'm not sure exactly what he's supposed to be. He's kind of like an asteroid on a cloud. He's got 4 different patterns he can do, totally random. 2 of them are slow and 2 of them are fast. So he's gonna spin and then give us a little... That's one of the good ones, although I was facing the wrong direction. So I can get 5 hits in when he does that pattern. This is one of the bad ones where I can only get 3. Alright. Oh, 6! Wow. True experts in umbrella technology apparently get 6. Wow, look at this. What a pal. Okay, pop plant. Oh, this is the other bad one. I'm gonna go ahead and use that potion. So here we go, we're gonna throw that orb. I don't think you've seen me do that since the fox fights. But since he does this thing where he spews out things that can damage me, try to keep our distance. It works out. It's unfortunate I had to burn my potion. I could have rested at the inn for a time loss to not do that. But I am still standing here and I will just buy another potion. Got the money for it. But at this juncture, probably not going to have the money to do much more in the way of purchasing healing options. So you can absolutely get ruined by that if you're not careful. I got caught trying to climb up that ledge. It does happen. Oh, salvaged it. More invincibility. Those cloud things that I'm running through will either poison or confuse you. Either way, it's bad. You don't want it. So you have to watch out for this one that's right here, that you don't bonk into the poison that's floating through the platform, because it will get you. Oh! Okay. Okay, now we're gonna get vengeance on our dinosaur friend. This one's for Wayne Knight. Okay. The dinosaur is awful. He does a lot of damage. He will either charge at you or jump like that or bite. So he's got 3 things he can do. So if he bites, it's the fast thing. We want him to keep doing that. I've learned to respect the dinosaur, assume that he's going to dash at you and go over him, because otherwise he'll destroy you. So just don't risk the biscuits. Okay. Took him down. Finally got justice. The cloud key. If you missed it earlier, the castle is set to self-destruct. 10 seconds! Get out of there! I'm sure it's fine. Viper apparently had time to write us a letter. I don't really understand that plot point, but he wrote us a letter while we were taking a nap. And, we need to go somewhere. I'm actually not sure where I'm supposed to go right now. Oh, I'm gonna go to the church and talk to Plant. There's another one of those moments in the game where it's not super clear about what I want you to do, where this guy's located. But he's standing in this church for some reason. He's finished the rest of that old man's homework. He's finished translating the tablets. And he's telling us, he's hitting us with some more lore about his apprentice named Kern, who went too deep in the research of the Holy Umbrella, broke a seal, and turned into the Emperor. So now we learned the lore of the Emperor. It used to be his kind of generically attractive anime friend, and yeah, so we need to defeat the Emperor with the power of rainbows. Also, we're going to have the letters E and D stuck to our screen for the rest of the game. That is a translation patch error that we are just going to deal with. If you wanted it to go away, you could save and reset, but we don't have time for that, so enjoy E and D. Still waiting for someone to patch that. It's a translation that came out in 2009. We gotta go see our friends off at the station. Have a tearful farewell. But he's like, I gotta protect my family. They created this background just for this one scene. It seems a little janky. Seems even more janky when there are letters stuck to the screen. Oh, she decided she's not going. She's gonna stick with us. And we're gonna hold hands and have a touching moment, and here we go. So, we have everything we need to go find the power of rainbows. We're gonna head over to this church, get our cloud umbrella. See, right now I have both healing items. We need to talk to this guy. Not really an explanation of why it's this specific dude we have to talk to, but he says something that makes the world map let us go to the next place. Alternatively, we could go to the tomb, find out that we can't do anything with the tomb, and leave, and then it would open up this route, but this also does it faster. gonna get sniped by a bird here on the end because there's just no way to get through it. Enjoy this lag. Always take damage there. And here we are at this man's house. We're gonna find a hidden heart here behind the house. Don't need it, but you know what? It's 2 seconds to go get it, so I'll accept it. It is now quiz time. We need this dude's invention to get through the tomb, which you would find out if you went to the tomb, but you can also just go there. So he's gonna give us a quiz. His name is Corn Dondera. Third question. Alright, we did it. We passed. Ace that test. If you fail, he warps you out and you have to walk all the way back in. It's pretty slow. Leave this town, we don't care. And we're gonna go to the tomb. The tomb is... it's got a lot of... It's movement intensive, and probably I will... I also want to switch to the... No, climb up there. Go to this one. So we have to keep swapping between these characters. Ideally, you do it quickly. Don't do that. Switch to the bird, please. Unfortunately, the inputs are pretty sticky. You bump into these walls, and it resists your efforts to switch characters if you're too close to a wall. I do want to be here. I want to be here. Go left. Like that. Around and back, down, left. Thank you for making it again. Yes. Bird. You can't switch the bird while you're running. Hit the ceiling. There we go. Come on. So you can start to see why. Even though there are places in this game where it gives you things that would theoretically be good for a speedrun in terms of quick movement swapping on the fly, none of it works. So we just did our best. Okay, stomp on this void, stomp on the tiny clouds or you'll get upset. We're going to have ourselves an Indiana Jones moment where we're going to spring a trap and oh no, these walls are closing in. What are we going to do? Turns out you don't have to do anything. So everything is okay. Nothing is broken except that platform. Just fell right through it. Okay, here's the Sphinx fight. The Sphinx is going to cost us time whenever it chooses to use the wings. So you'll see its wings flap about, and that pushes me around, and it's slow. When I played this casually, I did not know how to do this. I got stuck here, and I was very upset. There's really nothing in the game that indicates that you should ever be able to do this, but yeah. Bounce off these guys' heads, and... Guess I'm gonna wait. So there you go, I gotta wait because you can't jump through the middle of the Sphinx. There's a big hitbox there. And ideally we are in a situation where we can't do that. Where we can alternate between the two mummies. Sometimes they don't fall apart when you step on them. I don't have an explanation for that. It just happens. You got a freebie. So we fought that Sphinx and found the rainbow orb. And gotta go take it to Plant, who's going to tell us what to do with it. Oh, Spork. Everybody in the castle is a hostage. Plant is going to tell us some secret words eventually, but he's got to take time to decrypt the orb. So, in the meantime, we are gonna go have ourselves a boss rush. We're going to come down to the town, and the Emperor is going to sass us a bit. Call us Lover Boy. Okay. On to the castle and the boss rush. And don't worry about that dude, I'm sure he's fine. So we have a little roulette wheel of 6 bosses we've faced up to this point. It's the easiest one because remember when we were first here we didn't have the ability to run, so this is just a nothing fight now. Just don't bonk into him and look like an idiot. Don't get hit with a polar bear. Easy. Over here we can admire this interesting background art. It is pretty intricate. Okay, we got the fox fight, which sucks. So, remember when we were here earlier, we had the wind umbrella. There's only 2 umbrellas you can use to fight the fox. You can use the thunder or the wind. Now, the wind is weaker, but you can actually throw in a useful direction, whereas this one does this stupid squiggly thing that misses half the time. I'm choosing to do it because it does more damage and trying to just show off, I guess. That's what happens. It's an example of hubris. Everything's terrible. Jeez. But the difference in attack power between the wind and the thunder is stark. It is... The fight is twice as long if you use the wind umbrella. But that's predicated on you being actually able to hit the fox with this one, which I'm showing off. Don't. Also, the pellets that the fox fires. Please. Wait. Please, just hit him. You would think that you'd be able to practice this and get good at it. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's unbelievably frustrating to use. Okay. That was the most obnoxious thing we can face here. We can go ahead and switch back to the Cloud Umbrella, it does more damage. And if you're worried about that happening to you in a run, just use the Wind Umbrella and be slow, it's fine. Oh. Give me the 2 good patterns so far. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Nice. Amazing luck from the Rock Boy the second time around. Look at that. Quality fight. Here comes Shark Lady. She's the worst, but we are more powerful. Huh? Stunned that I didn't take it just now. We got the Cat Girl and the Sphinx. Remember the Sphinx that we just fought? It's the same fight. Here. Okay. scam, but hitbox again. Alright, let's use that potion because the game just absolutely refused to let me do that. This section is real janky in terms of getting the movement to be consistent. It's like this pretty much every minute. You'll fall through the mummies, you'll bonk into the Sphinx. It's just bad. But I wanted to show off that you can jump off of the beam of light that she throws as well, if you want to really expedite the process. Another platform to jump on. Right, Cat Girl, blast. Unfortunately, it's the version with the ice physics. Oh, ice physics almost got me. Umbrella input. We're looking good on health, though. You came, Spork. I guess you don't care what happens to the princess and that old man. We've been blackmailed. Gotta turn over the rainbow orb. Oh, Viper's bad again. Turn over the rainbow orb in order to save our friends. Probably glossed over how the lore is that the Emperor can destroy the universe. Not just this world, but all worlds. If the power falls in the wrong hands, so that's the stakes that we're at now. Here's the dinosaur again. He's kind. So respect the dinosaur. I think he would take me out with a sword. He does a lot of damage. Okay. Boss rush completed. We saved our friends, probably. However, we're still worried about saving the universe. And we need to listen to the magic words. Just mashed right through it, so I missed those magic words. I'm sure that Spork will remember them. Give it your all, Spork. And on our way out of town, we will pick up one last potion because we can. We've got the money for it. But remember I talked about the routing of health and how it's important. I only have enough money to purchase another potion, another life orb, and that's it. Like, I wouldn't have any more money. So... And also, if you stayed at inns throughout the game, those also cost money. Alright, we're in the final area. See if we get bamboozled by some awkward movement here. It does happen. There's like a tiny little sliver of space that you can squeeze through. Okay. Absolutely, let go of the button. You're right. Stomp, and get grabbed, I guess. So now we get to repeat this whole screen because I think I was on a different cycle because that thing happened where I fell down. So we'll see if we can make it look smooth this time. Oh, it did look smooth. That's what you're supposed to do. How about that? Yeah, see, that guy was nowhere near me that time around. Health. Follow this fireball. Drop down this section. We're gonna get one more heart. Alright. Platforming completed. Now we're on to fighting the Emperor. Viper was bad one more time. The Emperor fight, all they do is this, where they shoot a laser beam twice and you jump and hit them twice. You can hit them at the very peak of your jump and try to get an extra one in, but what usually happens is you just end up missing or doing something like that, so it's really not worth it. It is extremely difficult to speed up this fight. Phase 2, watch out, because it's going to hit. Emperor will slowly prowl about, try to get behind them, and hit them with fire. 2, 3 jumps, and respect their space. Respect their life. Missed. I'm gonna go ahead and use my potion that I purchased. Use my potion, I'm about to get fired in the back. Up! Would have been toast. Use my life. Unacceptable. Okay. So, took down the Emperor. And here we are. Final boss. Turns out Dondera is possessed by something. This text is not as slow in the Japanese version. Okay. Don't worry, I'm sure that Spork remembered the magic words, and everything's gonna be fine. This Power Rangers villain is real upset with us. We've got the power of rainbows on our side. So, the final boss is extremely anticlimactic in that for all of the things we've experienced in this game that are extremely random, the final boss is always the same. He just does this thing. Hit him 5 times and wait for the next cycle. If you're feeling extremely saucy, you can try to get a few extra hits in there, but you will take damage. The only reason you would do that is if you're real close to the end of his health value and you just power through. But he does a lot of damage to me, so I wouldn't be able to do more than I think. I think I could take a single one from him, maybe 2. So, it's fitting to end this evening with a classic hand boss, those disembodied hand bosses. I'd love to know if there's a count of how many of these show up in video games across history. Also, if you want to play a fun game at home, count the number of faces this guy has on his body. Okay, so I'm sure it's a tank that didn't hit in the cycle. It's not over yet. We aren't going to end the timer until we lose control, so we've still got one more thing to do. I know you can't see my splits here, but this final split is titled Say Yes. So all we have to do is say yes to the princess, and that's going to end it. The umbrella is going to have some parting words for us, telling us how good we are. And here we go. Don't run into the fence. One, and die. said yes. So that was only Umbrella. It sure is a game. I would say that this game has a lot of potential on paper, and it doesn't it doesn't fulfill much of that potential. It's got a lot of problems, and I think they mostly stem from being in the hands of a company that had not made this type of game. Not that I really have awareness of the other games that Naxat Soft made. Naxat Soft got 2 games released in the US, so you're forgiven if you don't know who they are. But this was certainly, you know, I think one of their first games as a company, sort of like early on. They made a lot of TurboGrafx games. And I think they just, you know, they're like, okay, we want a platformer, we want an RPG, we're gonna mix those 2 together, and it's gonna be about umbrellas. But then they just really didn't know how to execute it. It's got a lot of problems with hitboxes not doing what they're supposed to do. It's got problems with inputs getting dropped all over the place. The things I was in favor of it, it looks great. We've had people commenting on the aesthetics. Yeah, like the game has that anime look to it. It's not based on an anime, it's an original property. And all of the text boxes, even like NPCs that I didn't talk to in the game, they've all got like original character art, expressive faces. It's got character, but it's like hollow. There's not a whole lot of depth to what is happening in the game. And that's a problem for anything that's an RPG. There is room here for someone who really wanted to, you know, become the king of inputs. You could do a much better job than I do in the platforming sections and save time. It's definitely not a bulletproof world record. There are only 3 runners of this game. One from 9 years ago, one from 5 years ago, and my record was a year ago. We got a little post-credit scene. So we get to find out what happens to the Emperor. Oh, and our tank friend. Did you forget about the tank friend? He's been out in the water this whole time. Hopefully he'll sing some more karaoke for us. That's it. Shoutouts to E and D. I think we finally got him off the screen. Yep, we did it. That's what it was all about, was clearing those letters off. So yeah, if you want to run this game, run it in Japanese, because it'll be 10 minutes faster. You have no chance of being competitive if you play it in English. That's correct. Play Michael Jordan in the Windy City instead of this game. That's fair. The other thing I'll mention real quick, there are other categories you could run. There's 100%, which has no runs because I do not know where all the things are in the game. As far as I can tell, there are no resources on the internet that tell me where all the things are, so there are like a couple chests somewhere in the game that presumably exist, and you could inform me of those, and I would put it on the forums of the leaderboard, and someone could make a 100% category happen. There's also low percent. Low percent is awful. That's when you get none of the optional things in the game and try to just power through with the bare minimum. It sucks. it's slower because you do less damage. Everything one-shots you, and I had to come up with a safety strat to deal with the shark lady because she was so massively unpredictable. So I fight her with the bird, which you would never do in a normal run or playing the game. The bird has that terrible, like, shoot a projectile attack that's really weak. So you could run low percent if you want and probably do better than me, because I'm not going to optimize that. Anyway, that's what I have to say about that. I hope you enjoyed Holy Umbrella. It's a weird game. It's obscure. It's obscure for a reason. It's not a hidden gem, but it's got character, and yeah, I kind of just stumbled into it, and there you can see that my best runs of it do not have all the hearts, so I just don't know where all the things are. So that's that. Unfortunately, I do not know what's happening next in the event because there's a schedule gap from me ending early and from there just it being late. So I'm sure they will figure it out. If you want to run something in SNES Super Stars right now, reach out to those mods and see if they'll accept you. Other than that, that's what I got, and I'll be back in a couple days to do an somehow even more obscure game. So be prepared. Thanks everybody for being here. Sorry if I wasn't super interactive with what was going on, but the game's got a lot of like step-by-step do this, do that, so you gotta just pay attention to what you're doing. So cool. Take care, everybody.